They were, they were unreached people groups, people that had no access to uh, a, a community of believers that could express the gospel in their language, in their culture, in a meaningful way to them. And so there was a great need for these leaders to have some kind of biblical process and biblical understanding about how to reach their country, really how to make disciples who could make disciples. The vision for Kingdom Reign is simple. It's to create nationally owned and then led and sustained disciple-making movements. So what that actually looks like is we go on location about 3 times a year. And over about 2 years, we actually walk them through the life of Christ. We're going to look at how we can make disciples just as Jesus did. And you invite them to follow Jesus and become fishers of men. If they will submit their lives fully to Jesus Christ, He will use them beyond their imagination. We have adapted this training to be culturally specific to an Asian or Central Asian context and to varying levels of educational capacity. Some of our leaders can't read or write at all. Some have only had an education, a kindergarten level education. And so we've created training that roots them in the life of Christ, in the Word of God, but actually is transferable. And so it's supported through photographs. So it's just so much fun to see them put it in their culture and their language, using song and dance to be able to express what they learned. When I think of the impact of Kingdom Reign on creating disciple-making movements, right away my mind goes to a young guy named Shankar. Today, he leads a ministry of well over 3,000 people that not only reaches the slums of Mumbai, but goes on to reach all the way across the state of India to his own people group, the Banjaras, into regions of Karnataka, India, and throughout the state of Maharashtra, India. And so when I ran into him, he had about 300 people in his ministry, and he just didn't really know how did Jesus just develop a disciple-making movement? What do you do? And so I just came alongside of him and said, Shankar, here's what Jesus did. And he got it. And he began to invest in people and help them make disciples who make disciples. And now it's reaching into all kinds of regions of India where, little villages where they've never heard the name of Christ before. If you'd like to be involved, join us as a prayer partner. And then the second thing, of course, is giving. This whole ministry is funded by donors, a few churches, and many individuals that just have a heart to reach the nations, to see disciple-making movements. And so we're constantly looking for people that say, I feel led of God to invest in this, to sacrificially invest in this because I want my life to make a difference through this ministry.